Valedictorian Rohan Kurbanali.
A special good evening to our principal, Mr. Joseph, Vice Principal, Ms. Mohammed, Dean Ramsru, and all other deans present, teachers, Mr. Greg Manette, President of the Past Students Union, our guest speaker, Mr. Jaron Remy, specially invited guests, parents, the ancillary staff, well-wishers, and my distinguished schoolmates, the graduating class of 2022. Good evening to you all. I am Rohan Kurbanali, and I'm extremely proud to say we have made it. We have really achieved and will continue to achieve. In the words of Maya Angelou, you will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. A simple quote, but I am sure that we can all relate to the many defeats, especially within the last few years. But thankfully, we are all here. Let us reflect. Let us take that walk down memory lane. Wasn't it amazing to open that envelope and realize, wow, I am on my way to St. Mary's College. Hugs and kisses and celebrations with your families. That was way back in 2017. And look at us now. Tired, drained even. But we made it, fellas. Looking back now, it all seems so simple in Form 1. When we didn't really know what was going on quite yet. Looking around the school, discovering new locations, hearing rumors about the absolutely terrifying Form 6 block. Just so naive, but of course, you know, ignorance is bliss. Here, our first dean, Mr. Sambach, would lovingly yell at us when we did anything wrong, but in the same breath refer to us as sons. He was and is a remarkable dean to me, and I'm sure to all of us as well. Receiving those honor cards in the earlier forms proved to be extremely motivational. Even better if you made it on the dean's list. In fact, I'm sure we would all gladly sit a Form 1 exam right now, just to go back to those stress-free days, weren't we, fellas? Then there were those house-themed curtains. You know, I was never a very sporty guy in the past, but I do appreciate the dean's efforts to ensure that we are all well-rounded lads. Holistic development, as we say. In fact, we appreciate the input and advice from all deans, though between us, I'm pretty sure Dean Bain and the principal wants us all completely bold. Like, come on fellas, let's enjoy our here while we still have some, right? Then of course, Forms 2 and 3 passed. They were kind of a blur to me. We were still clueless of the horrors of CSEC, playing our little table tennis matches in class, making our little ruckus, just the usual. And yet we were completely oblivious to what would happen next. That dreaded pandemic hit halfway through Form 3, and in an instant, we had to get used to online classes. It was very surprising to me that the same teachers who repeatedly told us to shut up and tone down in school were now all over us in our synchronous sessions, our online sessions. So speak up now, is anyone even there? At least the boys that they would prefer not to see in school for a day or two, these fellas just didn't show up online. So that's kind of a win for the teachers, right? But it really was an entirely different experience for us all. A blessing and a curse. All those assignments and announcements in the comfort of your own home seemed so convenient, but never has CIC seen so many students wanting to head right back to school. And then, get this, when the opportunity came to return to school on a rotational basis, no one wanted to come. That's just how students work, it seems. And our Form 5 Dean, Mr. Ramsaru, although very strict, genuinely wants to see us succeed. And we should appreciate what he has been doing for us all. Thank you, Dean Ramsaru. Honestly, I'm happy that we are all able to get through these forms together, even if we didn't have the traditional senior year experience. We did our best to deal with these situations we were fed, and I know that throughout these forms we learned a lot about ourselves and what we should do to become better individuals. And that's what we love to see here at CIC. Be bold, be courageous, and be your best always. It was a long ride, and I don't think I could have gotten through it. No, we could not have gotten through it without the help of the principal, our deans, our teachers, our parents and siblings, for me, my brother Ruthven, and of course our friends, which were for some of us the main event of school. Speaking of friends, I of course have to make mention on my own. My pal Salim, he couldn't make it today, but he's like a brother to me. Perez and Malachi, I enjoy talking to them, but they always seem to sleep in class. James, who can't stop talking about games and anime. Adriano, who is super artistic, of course second to me, having us all worried in the earlier forms, breaking his foot every Tuesday. But look at how well he's turned out now. Geography boss Christian, IT boss Nathan, Econ boss Matthias, Ethan, Andrew, we're all CIC brothers for life. And I'm sure students from other classes will have similar experiences. Standing here before you, I feel honored. Honored to be among future doctors, future attorneys, future engineers, future IT specialists, future teachers, and the list goes on and on. And in my eyes, there were only positives from this year group, despite what the teachers might say. Parents, you have all done well with us, and you'll surely continue to do well with your young men. Continue to encourage us. Tell us that there's nothing that we cannot achieve, because there isn't. Tell us that we have a bright future, because we do. We make our own future, and we need that support from all our loved ones. There are some teachers that must be mentioned, but of course I can't mention them all. I know how fast we can talk, but for me, time will not permit. All I need you to do, fellas, is give me a loud rah when I call these names. Mr. Ramru, rah. Miss Lewis, rah. Miss Peniston, rah. Miss Pukumar, rah. And I hear you, Miss Tombach, rah. Miss Ash, rah. Mr. T. Zale, Mr. Roberts, Miss Williams, Miss Ferguson, Miss Spencer, Dean Ramsaru, Dean Balwant, Miss Mohammed, and finally, the man himself, Principal Joseph. Now give yourself, the graduating class of 2022, a final rise. Hey, boom, 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 hey, 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 I want to hear you. Hey, 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 a one, a two, a 1, 2, 3. I want to hear you. You're tired, huh? Okay, that's good enough for me. Please, all of you, I wish you well in your future endeavors. Stay safe and all the best. Thank you.
past 5 years through the eyes of a student. Great work.